Actually, I can just move this around that way.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Is that better?
Then it doesn't look like I'm sitting behind you.
Right. I apologize that I'm wearing hockey gear, but you know, you never know when trades are going to happen. We are watching hockey right now, but I thought, you know what? She mentioned it, so why not? Last night we watched Iron Sky, and at the time that it finished, it was too late to do a review.
Oh, it was so late.
I don't know where to start with this movie because I've seen it a bunch of times. I'll give you guys a synopsis. In the last moments of World War II, a secret Nazi space program evaded destruction by fleeing to the dark side of the moon. During 70 years of utter secrecy, the Nazis construct a gigantic space fortress with a massive armada of flying saucers. Soon, the unstoppable attack fleet will swarm towards Earth, heralding the triumphant return of the Fourth Reich.
Yeah.
And she was surprised it wasn't too bad.
Well, it wasn't as horrible as I thought it would be. Just from the premise, I thought it would be like those crappy 80s movies, you know, that have the really bizarre storyline. Like Cave Girl.
Oh, God, no.
So I was expecting something like that. But it was more along the lines of an actual real movie with just a really bizarre storyline. But it still felt like a real movie.
The president is Sarah Palin. And the actress that played Sarah Palin kind of nailed it.
Yeah. Oh, the big moose head on the wall and her
she was always working out. Yeah, always on the elliptical.
Her elliptical on some kind of animal.
And then when a war breaks out, she's like, yeah.
Oh,
anybody
perfect.
any war president gets reelected.
That's right, yeah.
It was automatic.
Some of the things that were said were just
she was so happy.
Kind of frightening.
Yeah, she was so happy that a war was breaking out.
Yeah.
And
there was some
It's a good movie. It's got a lot of fun moments to it. And
there's some weird stuff though. Stuff that doesn't quite make sense. But
it's Nazis on the moon.
First off, to me it's kind of stupid. Kind of one of those dumb, irritating things that they call it the dark side of the moon. It's not the dark side of the moon. It's just the far side of the moon. It's not dark.
But dark side sounds better.
But it's not dark.
But it sounds better.
It's the far side of the moon, not the dark side of the moon. That's just irritating.
What I like with this movie is that it was basically like a crowdfunding movie. This is a movie that was made in Europe. I know it's supposed to be New York, but they're not in New York. If you look, you can tell, like, anytime they show shots in New York, it's stock footage of New York City. They're not filming in New York City.
Kind of like all the movies made in Vancouver and New York.
Yeah. Vancouver, LA, too. Yeah.
But
it's so much. It's so hilarious when...
There's just weird things, though. So why is it that they're living on the far side of the moon for 70 years?
Yep.
They haven't changed their hairstyle, their clothing style, their music. Like, they've had no cultural growth.
Because the Reich doesn't need cultural growth.
While they're on the moon. They're on the moon and nothing has changed.
They have to follow Hitler's peaceful advice.
The girls still wear the victory rolls.
Yeah, but she had garter belts on.
Yes, but see, that's part of it. Is they wear the same clothing that they wore in the 40s.
There is a weird part where there's an airlock breach.
That was so
and her
stupid.
clothing almost falls off.
Rip off. What? Why? Why did her clothing all of a sudden come off?
Because Julia Dietz is a good-looking actress, and she probably said, "Look, I'm not showing my boobs, but yeah, I'll do this stupid thing for you, and that's as close as I'm gonna get."
The wind came along, and as soon as they climbed back in, it was fine.
Because there's only wind on the moon, not on the ship.
But it was able to suck them out, along with their clothing.
And then the pressure neutralized, and they were allowed to get back in.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Works for me.
Ripping her clothes off.
She's not a bad-looking girl.
But that doesn't mean your clothes just fall off.
It does if you have a male director.
I mean, I can't say as I've ever had that problem, but maybe...
Yeah, see,
maybe because
the director's name is Timo. So Timo thought, Yeah.
Let's have her clothes fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she probably said, yeah, that's as
That's
close
it.
as you're going to get to nakedness from me. So, yeah, all right. I'll do that.
It's just so bizarre. It was one of those. That was one part that I was. Wait, what? What?
See, and I
No.
forgot that even happened because I get so caught up in the fact that all of the flying saucers are contained within these giant space zeppelins that's just amazing. And that they have this giant spaceship, the George W. Bush. This giant space battleship. And she's got the feathers on her back for the battle.
She looked like
It's like Xena and a peacock rolled into
No.
one.
No. Esma in Emperor's New Groove. It was like her outfit.
Yeah. No, it was funny because she was all willing to screw around with Adler, and then he screwed her over. So she's like, all right, so I'm going to kill everybody then, because that's a normal reaction. I think
Yeah.
she was one of, I think, 2 characters that actually swore in this. I think her and Washington, the black character, I think they're the only ones that swore in this movie.
Yeah, there really wasn't much because they're from the
She
40s,
swears
so,
a
you know.
lot though. The one girl, she swears like a lot. And I got to admit, it's pretty funny. It is pretty funny when a girl's got a gutter mouth on her like that. It is pretty funny.
Okay.
Especially amongst a group of characters that aren't swearing. And she's just every second word. And it is really funny. And yet, because this is a Canadian copy, it's only 14A. Meaning that if this was in a theater, this would be R in the States. I don't think there's no American on it.
Does not have the.
Yeah, because that's a Canadian copy. It's bilingual,
Oh,
so I don't
right.
know that it'll show the American rating.
That's always funny when you can see the American one on
The
it,
American
too,
rating
though.
would be R because the F word's in it more than once.
That's so bizarre.
That's the rule.
I know, but it's weird.
It's like your kids are allowed to hear it once. If they hear it twice, they're gonna start praying to Satan.
Right, that's how it works.
Yeah, pretty much. I know when I was a kid, I could hear it once, and if I heard it twice, then I'd be out flipping cars in the parking lot. Because, language is the most important thing. But then again, I don't think that swearing is that big a deal in movies. I don't. But then again, I don't think boobs are that a big deal
don't-
either.
See, I don't like. Just
It's the
over
gratuitous
top,
violence that's kind of.
ridiculous swearing. Sometimes I think it's just silly
But you like Pulp Fiction
because it's
and
funny.
Clerks
Clerks is awesome.
and Clerks 2.
Clerks 2 is even better.
So
They're funny.
so's Goodfellas.
No.
It is though.
No.
Goodfellas is hilarious. There are times
No.
where Joe Pesci shoots somebody in the head and it's
Nope.
really funny.
Nope.
It is though.
Not doing it.
Yeah. It's funny.
See, now I want to know what it's rated in the States.
It's rated R.
What's
I
it
guarantee
called?
it.
Iron
It's
Sky?
called Iron Sky. Although
Okay.
when I put this in my PS4, it thinks it's Iron Lady, which is
Yes,
really hilarious.
Very different movie.
Yeah. I think
That's a
anybody
fun
who
movie.
puts
I do
this
like that movie.
anybody puts this disc in and goes, "Oh, Iron Lady. Oh, I really want to watch the
Iron
Margaret
Sky,
Thatcher
too.
movie." What?
When I put it in.
No. No,
Google,
no,
it comes
no.
up.
There can't be
2016.
a sequel.
Iron Sky sequel. The Coming Race. Why is there a dinosaur and Hitler's riding a dinosaur?
That's Kung Fury. Kung Fury's Hitler and the dinosaur. It's got to be.
The Coming Race is an upcoming Finnish German comic science fiction action film directed by Timo, however you say
Same
it.
guy, yeah.
It's a sequel to his 2012 film Iron Sky.
Wow.
Initial release September 2017.
Oh, I missed
It's
it.
already out.
Well, it wouldn't be
Oh,
out
and
over
see?
here.
They've got little videos for it on YouTube.
I didn't think you
There
could.
you go.
Is Julia Dietze's back in it? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's either Dietz or Dietze, so I don't know.
Guess it's Deeds.
Probably Dietz.
Huh, well, there you go. So what's
Huh.
this one called? Just Iron
Just
Sky?
Iron Sky.
Okay, well, I just
How
wanted
did
to
they-
know what
how
its
did-
rating was.
How do you make a sequel to that? Because isn't the
I
world
have no
kind of...
idea.
Spoiler alert, but it doesn't end well for anybody.
Rotten
The ending in the
Tomatoes-
movie is really...
The Rotten Tomato score is 36%.
What?
That's really funny.
Rotten Tomatoes got it wrong.
How do you find the rating?
If you go under Rotten Tomatoes, it's probably listed.
in there?
Or IMDb. IMDb would definitely have it.
Yeah.
37% enjoyed it. Okay,
That's
I'm
really
I'm
funny.
off. I'm
Yeah,
way off.
It's rated R in the States.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm way off.
It's-
Apparently, I'm one of the few people that really enjoyed this movie.
It's interesting. Box office 66,000.
That's too much. It's not. I can understand people going to a movie theater and not enjoying it because it's not.
Nice.
It's not a movie I would want to have watched in the theater. But the special effects are at least on par with movies that are worth a lot more money. And it is genuinely a really funny movie. I can't believe that it got bad reviews. They have a making of featurette, audio commentary, which could be really funny for this movie. Because the black character, when he goes to the Nazi base, he's sent back to Earth as a white guy, and they don't tell him. So there's a scene where he goes into a black neighborhood and starts talking to the black guys like he is a black guy, and they decide that's not cool, so they open fire.
Yeah.
And it is really, really funny. And that's why I remember that the black guy's the other one that swears, because he goes kind of nuts. As
Yes.
anybody would if your skin color was changed because they're deciding that you need to be better.
Right.
But, yeah, wow, that rating really throws me off. What are they thinking? I
It
enjoyed
wasn't
it.
that bad.
No.
It's kind of weird, but the
It's-
storyline's bizarre. There's clever stuff in it, though. Like the Charlie Chaplin movie.
Yes.
How it's a really good short film.
Yeah.
I think it's 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
And
Yep, they cut it down to 10 minutes so that it would make Hitler look like he was a great guy. So when she comes down to Earth and she's like, okay, oh, good,
Oh,
the
there it
great
is. Let's go
dictator.
watch it.
Let's watch the great dictator. This will show you how wonderful Hitler is. And then it says 125 minutes later.
yeah.
So they cut 115 minutes out of the movie to make Hitler look good. And she comes out all like, oh no, what have I been doing my whole life? And it's fun. And then she stops wearing the hat. Do you notice she doesn't wear the hat again after she comes out of the theater? It's like, I won't wear the Nazi hat anymore.
Yeah.
But she still has the swastika on her.
Well,
But she won't wear the hat.
she couldn't just strip. Well, I mean, she could if there was a big breeze, but
Well, no, the swastika I don't think was actually attached to the uniforms in Nazi Germany. I thought they were just kind
the
of over the
band?
top, just the band, and it wouldn't have been Velcro. But I don't know, maybe. But she would have at least got another jacket. Washington could have got another jacket.
he could have.
Because it wasn't like she wasn't wearing anything under the jacket.
She was just wearing a camisole. You could see that when the gust of wind
No, I guess so.
blew her clothes off.
But I'm still, I still thought it was weird that she was wearing the and I'm sorry, but the fact that they have on the ship, they have a glass panel that in case of emergency break glass, and it's the national Hitler's national anthem, the SS national anthem, and when they play it, they all have to stand and salute. I think it's hilarious. In case of low morale, break glass. Like, it's just hilarious. I think that's great. It's not for fire, it's for low morale. Screw fire. I never saw anything for fire, but low morale, you've got to have a national anthem happy or ready so people will be happy after.
Oh, pixel.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Sweet.
I really don't get it. No, you're not getting Shadow. This isn't time to get Shadow.
But he's turned the other way.
I know.
Sleeping, I could just jump on his back.
I know.
You never know.
I know, but she's got to be nice. She's not she's thinking about it, aren't you, Pixel? You're thinking about it, aren't you? But yeah, I really enjoy this movie, and I recommend it because for me it's a 8.5 out of 10.
Well, I don't know that I would score it that high. I thought the ending could have been sooner. But
Yes. Yeah, no, they draw out the end, but I think they do that because they had the special effects of it firing at the moon. And they wanted to
Yeah.
get their money's worth for
Right.
the Ram, I can't even pronounce it. The Gotterdammerung. Gotterdammerung.
No, I'm not
I
even
think
gonna
it's
try.
as close as I can get. They wanted to get their money for the fact that this ship they'd constructed, and it was all steampunk. There was
Yes.
like steampunk stuff with it. It was really kind of fun. I think they wanted to make sure they got their money's worth for that.
That could be.
And then they wanted to get a lot of countries
The
in there.
ending just seemed too drawn out where I thought, oh, okay, it's almost over, and it really wasn't. It kind of kept going. So the ending to me kind of just dragged.
But then it has a nice dark ending.
Yeah.
Has a very dark ending, and the other thing I noticed with this movie too is I really like the soundtrack. The music is really on point. And the music at the end of the movie I thought was great. And the growth that Julia Dietz's character shows in this movie is really kind of awesome. Because there's so many movies now, especially the action movies, much like this one, where a character's just flat the whole way through.
True.
And in this one, she actually goes through a transformation, which is way more complicated than they needed for a movie that's clearly this stupid.
Right, and that's what I mean. From just the premise in the movie, I thought it was just going to be really dorky, corny.
Maybe people didn't like it because they'd expected it to be more corny.
They thought it was going to be
Airplane.
Yes.
They were expecting Airplane or Naked Gun.
And it was more of a real movie.
Yeah.
With just a silly story idea.
It's only 92 minutes.
It seemed longer. It did.
So I'm guessing you're giving it a 6, because you give every movie a 6.
I give a lot of movies a 7. Only
when I mention it. Because you're going to give it a 6.
I had a thought about this yesterday, and yeah, I would guess a 6. It wasn't a bad movie. They made it a better movie than I thought it was going to be with their storyline.
Because it wasn't made by Hollywood.
And they had some fun characters, and I did like different things. So when I watch movies, I am dorky and look at the costumes, and I do notice things like how they do their hair and whatnot in the movies. So that part was kind of fun. I found it really odd that everything was 40s though, for being so long after.
Well, because they didn't have access to our technology and to our...
No, so they wouldn't have had the same clothing and hairstyles that we would have here, but they would have had their own cultural growth.
Where did they get their oxygen was the problem I had with it.
Oh, I thought of that too. Or where did they even get their textiles and their food?
And then they have this whole helium-3 thing, and I'm thinking, well, wait, how did they get to it without the Americans knowing they were there? But it's really minor details.
It was one of those that I'm just gonna skip. Yeah, that
you just have to kind of turn your brain off. Turn your brain off when it starts.
They're living on the moon. Okay.
Yeah. When your brain starts going, hey, movie, I don't understand. That's when you just tell your brain to shut up. You just pretend it's Mystery Science Theater, and the movie's making fun of itself.
Right.
Because it does. It has a feel of a Mystery Science Theater movie, and yet it's self-aware and it understands it's stupid. This movie doesn't pretend it's good. It's like, all right, this movie's got a stupid premise. We know it's kind of dumb. We're not going to have a bunch of blood in it, because there's no blood in it.
No.
Despite all the firing that goes on and all the shooting. Well, when the Fuhrer dies, it's kind of... But
there was a little bit of violence that it was just kind of like... Eeh.
But other than that, it's pretty tame, and it's a fun little movie. So if you don't mind the odd F word sprinkled here and there, and a guy getting a high heel in the forehead,
that was the worst part, I think, of the whole movie.
The high heel in the forehead?
That was awful.
But there was no blood.
Gross, but it was still
and
really
he still kept staggering around. Like you can just right into somebody's brain,
gross.
And they're gonna just walk around like that.
That was gross.
See, and I think it's hilarious.
That's not funny. It's gross.
But it's funny because he's a bad guy.
He's such a boy. No, it doesn't make it less gross because they're bad.
But he didn't see, there was no blood, and like I said, if they wanted to go for realism,
the heel though.
But if they wanted to go for realism, there would have been blood everywhere. Because you can't just stick a heel in somebody's forehead and it plugs the hole. Trust me, in first aid, I've seen it.
You've seen high heels to the head?
You'd be amazed what you see at a meat packing plant.
Say, what in the world were they doing?
Yeah. Maybe they really want to get on that meat.
Maybe it was a really hot high heel and it cauterized the wound at the same time. Ta-da! See, solved that problem.
I don't think that's what happened.
Could have.
You don't think he deserved it?
I didn't say that.
Because I thought he deserved it.
Deserved or not?
Because you don't make a pass at a woman repeatedly and then not expect to get a heel in the forehead.
I'm allowed to do that.
I haven't made repeated passes at you unwanted.
I wasn't talking about you. I was going to say, you're allowed to.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're allowed. It's right in the law.
Perfect.
It's
Because
rule
boys are gross.
Rule
Have I
69.2.
ever mentioned that
The
before?
NHL has that too. It's not even considered goalie interference if you stab him in the face with your heel. It's amazing. But that's for another time on another channel.
Yeah. Goalie.
Anyways, so yeah, so there you go. Watch Iron Sky. Enjoy Iron Sky. Don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes on this one. They got it wrong. The audience got it wrong. People are wrong. If you didn't like it, you're probably wrong.
That sounds like us having a conversation.
Well,
You're
that's
wrong.
only when you're wrong.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like Xanadu all over again. You're wrong. It's a great movie.
That was not. If you want to see a good musical, I have a few. I have so many musicals, and I don't know that you've seen any of them. You've seen Sound of Music, though, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so we're
yes,
good on that one.
Yes.
I have-
yes, I've seen.
don't-
Yeah. Yes.
Don't worry, I have lots of others.
God,
have so
Sound
many-
of Music. Every bloody
Okay.
year. Every
okay.
year. My whole life, every year, it was
Okay.
on TV.
Okay, well, I have all sorts of others.
They sing forever.
They
It's
do.
no wonder that the Nazis found them. They never shut up.
That movie's about sing, but no, they escaped the Nazis. Did
Yeah,
you not watch
because they
the
sang.
movie?
They sang long enough that the Nazis went deaf.
The hills
Why do you think they went to the
are
moon? Iron Sky's the sequel to The Sound of Music. The
No.
Nazis fled to the moon because
No.
the Von Trapps were so
Have
aggravating.
you ever watched Singing in the Rain?
I explained in one of my movie videos that because of Clockwork Orange, I don't know if I can.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah.
But it's a fun movie. Did you
So
know
is
that when
Clockwork Orange.
they wrote the music before they wrote the movie? Kind of like
Isn't-
Mamma Mia, but good.
Isn't that what they did with like Rocky and pretty much every movie? They just write, and they cast everybody and they get music and they get like sound effects and then they go,
No.
"Oh, right, a script." That's pretty much how
No,
Hollywood
no,
works.
that was the idea of the movie. So they wanted to make the songs first, and then they made a movie to fit the music. It's kind of fun. Okay,
that
so
what
we
Mamma
need to watch
Mia
that
is?
one. That's why I said. Besides, it's like Mamma Mia, but good. Mamma Mia was
Oh
crap.
God, Mamma Mia sucks.
That's horrible. It's
Oh, what
so
a piece
stupid.
of crap.
Yeah,
And I don't mind ABBA,
But no.
oh, that's just awful.
Singing in the Rain is actually good. It's fun.
I don't know.
It has some historical.
Doesn't have any really
Significance.
disturbing rape scenes, does it?
No.
Well, Clockwork Orange does to Singing in the Rain.
Yeah, no, Shannon. Singing in the Rain's good. It's cute.
You need to watch Clockwork Orange. It may change your mind about that.
Then I don't want to watch it because I like Singing in the Rain.
You haven't watched it in a while. You'll be fine.
I like it.
That's fine.
And you haven't watched The King and I, right?
Yeah, I have. I had to
You've-
watch. I was
you've
forced to
seen the
watch
Roger
that one when I
Hammerstein?
was a kid.
Okay, how about
Yes.
Carousel?
I don't remember.
State Fair? That one's weird. That one's really weird. I've told you about that one, right?
See, back when I was a kid, there was one television in the house, and you had 12 different channels.
You had 12?
Yeah,
I don't think we had 12.
you had 13 if you included the UHF channel.
Our TV went up to 13, but I don't think they all actually had channels on
Oh,
them.
we all had channels. One of them was the Knowledge Network, and one of them was local
But I lived in the middle
local
of nowhere.
scrolling. So you'd get like the channels like the temperature for Chilliwack, and then you get like the channel would have all the local listings,
Oh, yeah.
like Remax agents. Oh, come and buy a Remax from blah, like whatever. So those were two of my channels right there, and then one of them was French, CBUFT,
Okay, yeah.
and then you had CBC. And so when a show was on TV that I didn't want to watch, I didn't have much of a choice. Because I was a
Right.
child, so I didn't have a choice. My opinion wasn't all that important.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I was a kid.
Yes.
So we're watching The Sound of Music. Again? If you don't like it, you can go to your room. I can go to my room. Awesome. I spent a lot of time in my room when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because there were movies like Sound of Music on.
Have you watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Yes.
Well, that's good. How about Bed Knobs and Broomsticks? Did I make you watch one yet?
I probably watched Bed Knobs and Broomsticks when I was a kid.
It's really cute. I like that one. It's really fun.
Knobs and sticks. It's whatever. Yeah.
Knobs and Sticks?
Knobs
What?
and sticks. That's what they should have called it.
that sounds like a completely
You could have
different
attracted
type
a
of movie.
whole different
Yeah.
crowd with
That
Knobs and
does
Sticks.
not sound like a musical. Just
Sounds like
saying.
something that Randall would have talked about in the original Clerks.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Knobs and Sticks. Sticks that have put mine to
And
shame.
you said you haven't watched Fiddler on the Roof yet. We need to watch that one.
No, I haven't watched Fiddler on the Roof.
It's
but
really
you
long.
haven't seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes, I have.
Have you?
Yes.
I thought you hadn't.
I've read it and then I watched the movie.
Is the book better than the movie?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they get more into Nurse Ratched and why she sucks?
They get into a lot of the characters.
Because Nurse Ratched really sucks.
Yes.
And
It was a good book.
Chief is amazing. I love Chief.
It's been a... Oh, yeah.
Chief is one of my favorite
long
characters.
time.
Chief's one of my favorite characters in the history of
Very,
movies.
very long time.
Chief's amazing. And yet that movie didn't make my top 200.
Okay.
You okay? You gonna make it?
I don't know why whenever we're doing a video I just start yawning.
Because you're just relaxed. You're perfectly relaxed.
And it's late. We always do them late.
It's not that late. It's not even 10 o'clock yet.
It's just about 10 o'clock.
But there's still a hockey game on,
There
so
were
I
three.
gotta wait. I can't do my hockey
I
videos
know.
until hockey
I
game's
do know
over.
that.
I still didn't do my top 100 today. I'm like...
I know. I just thought of that earlier. I was like, oh, you haven't done your
Because I had to
video.
do my massive...
And tomorrow, super busy day.
Tomorrow's a very busy day, so I won't be able to do my top 100 tomorrow either.
Yeah.
But I can do some other stuff in the morning, and you guys will be gone for a while, so I can throw some
Yeah,
video
you'll have
goodness together.
You'll have a little bit
And
in
you're
there.
out. You want a little private, huh?
Are you okay? Are you having
Yeah.
a seizure?
Yeah, you like it? A little bit
Your
of...
seizure?
Sure. Whatever you'd like.
Door.
Depending on what kind of a seizure it is, it might be fun for you. You know.
Oh, Shannon.
Oh, just keep 911 handy and have your fun. So Iron Sky. Watch it.
That's right. That's what we were talking about.
Yep.
Iron Sky.
That's right. If you haven't seen Iron Sky, by all means, watch it. We both agree you should watch
If
it.
you have some spare time, nothing
About
else to
92
do.
minutes. No, it's not that... No, it's a good movie. I don't know what the hell's wrong with reviewers these days. It's a good movie. It's better than that Fiddler in the Rain crap.
Whatever. I've never watched it.
Which one?
Either
Fiddler in the
one.
Rain?
I've never watched either one, and they're both good movies. I really like Fiddler on the Roof.
What about
But
Ishtar?
it's really, really long.
Do you like Ishtar?
Who?
I'll talk to you guys again soon. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through.
What are you talking
Thank you so much for watching.